Hey, how's it going, everybody? This is Robbie One Kenobi, and this is my NXT TakeOver Dallas predictions video. Of course, NXT TakeOver Dallas is live this Friday night on the WWE Network at 10 p.m. Eastern, 7 p.m. Pacific. Very excited for this show, guys. And I'm going to go out on a limb, and I'm going to say it right now. This show, NXT TakeOver Dallas, has the potential to be the best NXT TakeOver special of all time so far. When you look at this card and you look at the potential of every match, including the triple main event, which I'll get to towards the end, this show has the potential to be the best NXT TakeOver special so far. Better than Brooklyn, better than Respect, better than London. This definitely has the potential to be the best NXT TakeOver show since TakeOver's inauguration, so to speak, in 2014. This is a stacked card from top to bottom. I am so looking forward to this card. Let's get right down to the predictions. Now, as of now, we have 5 matches. As of Monday, March 28th, excuse me, I totally forgot what date today is. I had to think momentarily. As of March 28th, we have 5 matches officially announced on the main card. I believe there's going to be a 6th match announced. That'll be this Wednesday, and it'll be based on what happened on last week's episode of NXT TakeOver, or NXT, excuse me. It will be Apollo Crews versus Elias Samson. If that match happens, which is most likely going to, I'm predicting Apollo Crews will win it. I don't see why Elias Samson needs to win this match. Apollo Crews needs to rebuild some momentum following his back-to-back losses following his loss to Baron Corbin at NXT TakeOver London and his loss to Finn Balor in their in their non-title rematch. I feel like Apollo Crews needs to regain some momentum. So I really don't see why NXT would give Elias Samson the win over Apollo Crews when they already took the undefeated streak away from Samson. I like his drifter character. I just feel like it's missing something. It's missing that connection with the crowd. There's something he's just missing that could get him over with the crowd or make the crowd hate him, since he is a heel. But I just feel like he's missing something that will connect him with the crowd, whether they love him or not. So if that match happens, my prediction is Apollo Crews. Elias Samson does not need this win. Keep building him up, though, as a heel. Have him, if he keeps losing, have him beat the hell out of his opponents after every match. And that'll make him a little more sadistic and sinister. And he's just crazy, unstable, psychotic, whatever. But if that match does happen, I pick Apollo Crews to win. Apollo should win this match. I don't see why Samson should win. But as far as the official main card for TakeOver Dallas, let's kick off this prediction video with Austin Aries versus Baron Corbin. I'm looking forward to seeing what Austin Aries is going to bring to NXT. I know he built a reputation for himself in ROH and TNA. Never really saw his indie work. Didn't watch much of him in TNA. But I am looking forward to seeing what he brings to the table at NXT. Now, consensus prediction for this match would be Austin Aries wins his debut since, Apollo Crews won his debut at TakeOver Brooklyn. Asuka won her debut at TakeOver Respect. So you think Austin Aries, you'd have to believe that Austin Aries is a strong favorite to win his debut against Baron Corbin. But with how they've been building Baron Corbin lately, I think Baron Corbin's been doing a fine job as a heel so far. I don't think he's a monster heel just yet, but I feel like he's been doing a fine job as being built up as a heel. And I think he could be one of the top heels on NXT. And I feel like NXT is going to give him that push, and this is the best time to give him that push. I actually believe, guys, that Baron Corbin could end up beating Austin Aries. I mean, I said Baron Corbin had a good chance of beating Apollo Crews at NXT TakeOver London, and he did. Austin Aries, I have a good feeling that Baron Corbin's going to beat him at NXT TakeOver Dallas. I have a feeling it could happen because if WWE and NXT really want to make Corbin one of their top heels, then NXT wants Corbin to be a top monster heel. What better way to do it than by having him keep up the momentum by beating someone of Austin Aries' caliber? So, consensus prediction would be Austin Aries to win. But honestly, I got a feeling that with how hot Baron Corbin is, so to speak, right now with his momentum as a heel, my prediction is Baron Corbin to win this. I don't think a loss in his NXT debut is gonna hurt Austin Aries because I got a feeling that he's gonna really showcase what he can do in this match. But I got a feeling that this is gonna go Baron Corbin's way, and I feel like it should go Baron Corbin's way because, you know, he's had it out for some of these indie guys who are coming in. They're getting the spotlight. He's been busting his ass on NXT. He hasn't gotten his opportunities. He feels he deserves his opportunities. So he's going to beat it out of these guys who are taking those opportunities away from him. You know, his triple threat match with Samoa Joe and, you know, Sami Zayn, where he was in the double submission. He tapped out, but there was no clear-cut winner. He lost that. You know, he ruined Austin Aries' his arrival at NXT. They're building Corbin up well like a heel, so I got to go with Baron Corbin because you want to keep him hot. Austin Aries, I don't think losing in his debut is going to hurt him because I'm sure he's going to make an impact here in NXT. And before you know it, he's going to be going after the NXT Championship. So my prediction for this match is Baron Corbin to win. And I want to see Baron Corbin win because I want to see Baron Corbin do well as a top heel on NXT. Nothing against Austin Aries because I'm excited to see what he brings to the table. But I'm going with Baron Corbin to win. Next, we have the NXT Tag Team Championship match. The Revival defending against American Alpha. I'm excited for this match, guys. I feel like this is going to be just a great NXT Tag Team Championship match. Dash and Dawson have done a great job as, you know, old school, hard-hitting tag team champions since they won the titles. They've beaten the Vaudevillains not only for the titles, but in the return match, they've beaten the Vaudevillains twice. They've beaten Enzo and Cass twice. And, of course, at Roadblock, I wanted Enzo and Cass to win the tag team championships. But now, guys, this is American Alpha's time. You have to believe American Alpha is going to win the tag team championships. And I truly believe this is their night. Chad Gable, Jason Jordan have been on fire since they started teaming up together. And to me, their breakout moment came in the semifinals of the of the Dusty Rhodes Tag Team Classic when they had that really good match with Baron Corbin and Rhino. They, in my opinion, raised their stock a little bit. They were super hot with the crowd. Gable came out strong. Jordan, the king of hot tags. It was on that night that American Alpha made a name for themselves. Months later, we're at NXT TakeOver Dallas, and this, in my opinion, is going to be the night where they shine. You know, you got those package videos where Jordan and Gable were talking about their respective runs in amateur wrestling, their ups, you know, their highs, and definitely their lows when they each had a disappointing loss and how they just, you know, how they felt. You know, how it was such a disappointing blow to them, a hard blow to them, but then now as a tag team, they've risen higher than they possibly could. They want the tag team championships. They do not want a repeat of those two moments in amateur wrestling where they could have been at the top and they were just knocked off unexpectedly. This is their moment, guys. And Gable and Jordan, I love this team, and this is their night where they're going to become NXT Tag Team Champions. If the Revival manages to retain the championships, guys, I will be shocked. I will be really shocked because I honestly would believe that they would give the championships to American Alpha. But my prediction, American Alpha to win the gold. I know they're ready for this, and they're not just ready for this moment, but they're ready, willing, and Gable. My prediction is American Alpha to win. American Alpha. Did I say American Alpha? American Alpha to win this match. Although American Alpha is catchy. Excuse me. All right, guys. Now we come to the triple main event of this show. 3 huge matches. Any one of these matches, guys, could main event the show in my opinion, but I will get to in a little while which match I personally think is going to be the main event of the show. But this is the triple main event of this card. First up, NXT Women's Championship match. The champion Bayley defending against the challenger Asuka. Guys, this is going to be a hell of a women's wrestling match. It may even become a fight if Asuka has her way. Bayley has been an incredible NXT Women's Champion since defeating Sasha Banks at TakeOver Brooklyn. You know, Bayley has faced all comers. Sasha in a 30-minute Iron Woman match. Alexa Bliss, Eva Marie, Nia Jax at TakeOver London. Bayley has faced all comers. Carmella earlier this year, Carmella in a friendly match for the NXT Women's Championship. Bayley has faced all comers. Bayley is undoubtedly the face of women's wrestling on NXT. She is undoubtedly one of the most beloved, if not the most beloved, wrestler on the NXT roster. An incredible person, an incredible performer, incredible role model to not just the little girls, but also to the young boys that look up to her or that appreciate her, that love her, as an in-ring performer. Excuse me. Bayley's been an incredible champion, and now she faces her most dangerous challenger to date, and that, of course, is Asuka. Asuka has had quite a rise in the NXT women's division since she arrived in at NXT TakeOver Respect since her debut. Beaten Dana Brooke, beaten Emma. She's beaten everyone that's gotten in her way. She is a very dangerous competitor. She's lovely and lethal at the same time. Asuka, undoubtedly the most dangerous challenge Bayley has ever faced in NXT. And when it comes down to it, guys, at first this was kind of a hard decision for me to make. Like, who would I choose? Who would I choose as the winner in this match? Who would I see walking away with the gold at the end of this match? Honestly, guys, I have to go with Asuka. I feel like with how hot she is right now, red hot, she is one of the hottest female competitors on NXT. Not only literally, but, in the sense of the quick rise she's had with NXT. Asuka is one of the hottest women's wrestlers out there, one of the fastest rising women's wrestlers out there. And there's no doubt in my mind that she will walk away. I don't want to say no doubt, but you got to believe this is when she becomes NXT Women's Champion. You got to believe she's taking the championship off of Bayley. If Bayley wins and defeats Asuka, that will be huge. They both have something to fight for. They both have a lot on the line. Bayley has her legacy as NXT Women's Champion. Asuka has her own legacy. She wants to revolutionize women's wrestling like Bayley has. She wants to take NXT Women's Wrestling to a new level. And to do it, she's got to beat Bayley. And this should be an incredible women's wrestling match. And do not be surprised if this is one of the early candidates for Match of the Year. I mean, this could undoubtedly be candidate for Match of the Year or, hell, frontrunner for Match of the Year. We don't know yet. But this is going to be an incredible match. I have to go with Asuka, guys. I feel like they're going to give her the belt. She's going to make history as the only woman to have the fastest rise to the NXT Women's Championship. Bayley, like I said, been an incredible champion since winning the championship at NXT TakeOver Brooklyn. But I feel like, guys, this is going to be Asuka's moment. If you haven't seen Asuka's Instagram post, which was a very long post, but she talked about what she's fighting for and why she has to win, what is on the line in this match. If you haven't already seen it, guys, you need to go read it. Incredible words, incredible writing by Asuka. Bayley has a lot on the line too. These are the kind of matches that make me a wrestling fan. These are the matches that make me invested as a wrestling fan. You have Bayley and Asuka fighting for their legacies, fighting to prove why they are the best in their division in NXT. And this should just be, guys, an incredible women's wrestling match. They each have something to fight for. You want to root for them both, but in the end, there can only be one winner. There can only be one NXT Women's Champion. And at the end of the day, I'm predicting Asuka will walk away with that championship. Where they go from there, where Bayley goes from there, I'm not sure. Maybe on the main roster. Maybe she stays on NXT for a little while. In fact, I thought about this, and this is crazy. Call me crazy, but if they want to do this, and they have Bayley officially pass the torch to Asuka, you could have Bayley and Asuka headline the next two NXT TakeOver events. You could build their feud like The Undertaker and Batista from 2007. Two very popular fan favorites, both strong competitors, fighting it out to see which one of them is truly the best. If you want to do like a draw or a double countout or something to where they don't look weak, and then they have a bigger match the next time around, like 2 out of 3 falls, 30-minute Iron Woman match, last woman standing. I don't know. I'm just throwing out ideas, but if you want to do that, by all means, you can do it. It would be a great way to establish Asuka as the new face of the NXT Women's Division, and be a great way for Bayley to further establish her legacy as one of the all-time greats in NXT's Women's Division. And it would be a great way to send her off to the main roster, while she also passes the torch to the new face of the Women's Division, Asuka. Asuka is known as the Empress of Tomorrow. Her theme song is called The Future. She is the future of women's wrestling, and she will be the future of NXT's Women's Division. I would love to see an Asuka-Bayley feud. I'll probably make a separate video about that. I'm just looking forward to this match, guys. And like I said, I'm going with Asuka. I believe this is her time to shine, make history, and in defeat, Bayley's going to go out like a true champion. You know Bayley's going to bring it. If Bayley wins and beats Asuka, I will be shocked. Well, I don't want to say I'll be as shocked as if the Revival beats American Alpha, but I will be a little surprised and a little shocked. But do not turn Asuka heel. She is way over with the crowd. Do not turn her heel. If Bayley beats Asuka and they have another couple matches, Asuka needs to be the face. No matter what happens, Asuka needs to remain face. But I'm predicting Asuka will win. All right, guys. Moving on to the second third of the triple main event. This, guys, is going to be a huge matchup between two renowned international stars. I mean, I'm just going to say the names, and you know who I'm talking about. Sami Zayn and Shinsuke Nakamura. This is going to be an incredible first time ever encounter. I am excited because just look at the caliber of performers in this match. Shinsuke Nakamura, the newest signee to NXT, one of the hottest wrestlers in Japan, one of the faces of New Japan Pro Wrestling, the king of strong style, coming to NXT to face undoubtedly one of the true, oh man, what is that word? Sami Zayn, one of the true faces of NXT. One of the cornerstones of NXT. Is that the saying? Well, anyway, he's going up against one of NXT's finest. He's going up against one of NXT's truest soldiers, you know, one of NXT's most loyal soldiers, a guy who's been with NXT for a few years now and has helped to revolutionize it. I don't know the word, but you guys know what I'm saying. Sami Zayn has been a cornerstone of NXT. I think cornerstone is the word. He's been a cornerstone of NXT since he debuted. And this is undoubtedly this is most likely his last match with NXT. This is going to be his send-off to the main roster, his farewell match. What better way to send him off than by having him go up against undoubtedly one of the most decorated stars in Japan, Shinsuke Nakamura. I'm expecting this to just be a very hard-hitting match because of Shinsuke's style. He's called the king of strong style for a reason. Strong style is not all about, you know, headlocks and arm drags. It's about hard hits, you know. It's called strong style for a reason. And he's going to take the fight to Sami Zayn. He's going to give Sami Zayn his hardest hitting bout to date. And honestly, guys, I could see this match playing out either way. Of course, with Nakamura making his debut, I could see him beating Sami Zayn in what could be another passing of the torch, because Zayn has been with NXT for years, for I want to say 3 years, and he has been a cornerstone of NXT. He's beloved just like Bayley, and you know, it's going to be sad to see Sami leave NXT because Sami's left an imprint on NXT. He's left an impact in NXT. Him winning the NXT championship, his road to the title, and then eventually winning the title at Our Evolution. Beautiful moment, incredible moment, exciting moment. Fans wanted to see it happen. They saw it happen. They gave him a champion's welcome when he returned. Sami Zayn is undoubtedly an incredible talent. And it's sad to see him leave NXT, but he is moving up to the main roster. And I'm just hoping that they don't ruin him on the main roster, on the WWE main roster. I hope they treat him like $1,000,000 because he's a star. He can be one of their hottest talents. But getting back to this match, guys, I mean, this is going to probably be a somber match, a bittersweet match, because while it is exciting that this is Sami Zayn versus Shinsuke Nakamura for the very first time, for the very first time ever in professional wrestling, this is Sami Zayn's farewell match, his send-off match from NXT, and the fans are going to miss him. The fans have loved Sami, but when it comes down to it, I could see Sami Zayn winning this match, but I could also see Nakamura winning this match because this is his debut. Guys, this is one that's kind of hard to predict because I could see Sami Zayn winning and, leaving NXT with one final victory under his belt. I could see Nakamura winning and ultimately sending Zayn off to the main roster with, an incredible match under his belt. Win or lose, Sami Zayn's going to have an incredible send-off to the main roster. But prediction-wise, and I thought about this one hard and long too, I believe Nakamura is going to win. I honestly won't have a problem if Sami Zayn wins, but I believe Shinsuke Nakamura is going to win. And this could be another passing of the torch match. And ironically, if Zayn and Bayley lose, they will be passing the torch to their opponents, who are both Japanese and who are both the future of NXT. So, yeah, guys, as far as Sami Zayn versus Shinsuke Nakamura goes, my prediction is Nakamura, but I won't have a problem with Sami Zayn winning because that would be, a nice way for Sami to go out. His send-off match from NXT, he gets a victory over the King of Strong Style, one of the best Japanese wrestlers of his generation and one of the most decorated Japanese wrestlers of his generation. But I am predicting Shinsuke Nakamura will win this match. Like I said, I won't have a problem with the outcome, whether Sami Zayn wins or Shinsuke Nakamura wins. But Sami Zayn will have an incredible send-off, in my opinion. And what better way for him to go out than against someone as decorated as he is, as renowned internationally as Sami Zayn is. But my final prediction for this match is Shinsuke Nakamura to defeat Sami Zayn in what should be another incredible match and what should be another potential candidate for a match of the year. Oh, excuse me, guys. My sinuses are getting to me a little bit. Finally, guys, we get to the third main event. We get to the final main event of the triple main event, and I'll explain which match I think will be the undisputed main event, if that makes sense, in a little bit. But lastly, in the triple main event, we have the NXT Championship match. The champion Finn Balor, most likely the Demon Finn Balor, defending against the challenger Samoa Joe. This, of course, is the rematch from NXT TakeOver London, that incredible championship match these guys had where, Joe really took the fight to the Demon Finn Balor, and Balor really came very close to losing. Joe came the closest to beating the Demon Finn Balor at NXT TakeOver London. And now, guys, Samoa Joe, he is more vicious, more destructive, and hungrier than ever to be NXT champion. And they've done a real fine job of building up Joe as a monster heel. He's done a fine job, So when it comes down to it, guys, Samoa Joe has to win the NXT championship. I thought he was going to honestly beat Balor at London, and he didn't, and I had no problem with Balor retaining. But now, guys, he has to beat Balor. If Joe loses to Finn Balor, that will kill all the momentum he's earned as this monster heel. Everything NXT has done with Samoa Joe, building him up as this monster heel. If he loses to Finn Balor, that momentum goes down the drain, and they cannot do that. They cannot afford to do that. They have to give the belt to Joe because Joe is undoubtedly prime and ready to become NXT champion. They want to make him the top heel. They've done a great job so far. Keep it going, but Joe has to win this match. He cannot lose to Balor again. If he loses 2 straight to Balor, his momentum goes down the drain. But knowing NXT, they're going to do what's right. They're going to do what's best for business, and they will give Joe the belt. He will beat the Demon Finn Balor. My prediction, guys, Samoa Joe will slay the Demon once and for all. I love Finn Balor. He is my favorite on the NXT roster. He's my favorite here in WWE in general. But I feel like this Friday at NXT TakeOver Dallas is the night that the Demon Finn Balor is finally slain. And Samoa Joe will be the guy that slays the demon. He will be the conqueror. He will conquer the Demon Finn Balor. I know he's not Brock Lesnar, but I believe he will conquer Finn Balor and win the NXT championship. So now, guys, that begs the question. Which of these matches is the sole main event, the true main event, the undisputed main event? Which do I think will end the show? I personally could see Balor and Joe ending the show, but with what's on the line, the circumstances of this match, I personally think Sami Zayn and Shinsuke Nakamura should main event NXT TakeOver Dallas. Because like I was saying, Sami Zayn, a cornerstone of NXT for 3 years now, what better way for him to go out, win or lose, in his final match with NXT, his send-off match, than to have him go up against Shinsuke Nakamura. And win or lose, at the end of the match, those two guys could shake hands, give each other a hug out of respect. Shinsuke could leave the ring, and Sami Zayn could take in the cheers, take in the applause, soak in that moment, and ultimately, leave with his head held high as he walks up that ramp for the final time as a proud member of the NXT roster. What a great way for Sami Zayn to ultimately leave NXT for everything he's contributed. That incredible match with Samoa Joe, 2 out of 3 falls to determine the number 1 contender. Matches against the likes of Cesaro, Neville, Kevin Owens, Tyson Kidd, Tyler Breeze. What better way to end the show, even though it may be on a somber note, what better way to end the show than with Sami Zayn in the ring, soaking in the moment, taking in one last, I don't know how to say it, but, taking in those cheers, taking in that applause, the crowd chanting, "Thank you, Sami," standing ovation. What better way to end the show with Sami Zayn, the heart of NXT, the cornerstone of NXT, getting a champion's farewell as he walks up that ramp. He thanks the fans. He tells them how much he loves them. And he heads off to the main roster. Sami Zayn's going to have one hell of a week. He's going to have one hell of a WrestleMania weekend. NXT TakeOver Dallas on Friday, WrestleMania 32 on Sunday. What an incredible, emotional weekend it's going to be for Sami Zayn. But I personally feel, guys, that Nakamura versus Zayn should be the main event of NXT TakeOver Dallas. It just has the makings of a perfect main event, a fitting main event, and what better way for Zayn to go out, Whichever match main events the card is a main event caliber match. But in my opinion, guys, I feel like Zayn and Nakamura should main event the NXT TakeOver Dallas. They should be the main event. The main event. So with that said, guys, that wraps up my NXT TakeOver predictions video. To recap, as always, my predictions for this Friday are Apollo Crews, Baron Corbin, American Alpha, Asuka, Shinsuke Nakamura, and Samoa Joe. So once again, my predictions, Apollo Crews, Baron Corbin, American Alpha, to be ready, willing, and able to capture those NXT Tag Team Championships, Asuka to capture the NXT Women's Championship, and Samoa Joe to conquer, slay the Demon Finn Balor, and win the NXT Championship. I almost called it the NXT TakeOver Championship. So as always, guys, thank you for watching. Thank you for listening. Leave your comments down below. Let me know what your predictions are for NXT TakeOver Dallas. Do you believe this show will ultimately steal the WrestleMania weekend? Will it be better than WrestleMania 32? Will it be the best show of the weekend? depending on if you're actually at WrestleMania and you go to Evolve or Queens of Combat, whatever other show you go to. So that's it, guys. As always, thanks for watching. Thanks for listening. Like, comment, subscribe. Give me your predictions down below. Enjoy NXT TakeOver Dallas, and be on the lookout for my live review. It'll either be a live review or it'll be a podcast style review the day before or the day after, excuse me. But thanks, guys, for watching and listening. I'm Robbie One Kenobi, signing out. Have a nice evening. Peace.